Weeks of waiting could come to an end. Some Sun Prairie business owners are hearing some good news after this month's deadly explosion.
A Wisconsin area school is being recognized by the Trump administration for the way it helps students with mental illness.
And Madison police officers fear the heroin epidemic is nowhere close to slowing down. The statistics they're sharing tonight concerning overdoses in the city.
This is News 3 at 6.
Thanks for joining us. It has been 2 weeks since the explosion in Sun Prairie. While many businesses are back to normal, there are still some that are trying to get back on their feet.
15 customers are still without gas, and the owner of Salvatore's expressed his frustration about not having a timeline from We Energies of when the gas might be turned back on. Our Jamie Perez spoke with the owner this afternoon, and she joins us live in the news center with those details. Jamie?
The staff at Salvatore's is working hard this week to prepare to open again, hopefully by next week. But the owner's Facebook post expressing his frustrations about it yesterday sparked some motion forward.
Cleaning is the only thing these Salvatore's employees can do right now. It's been nearly 2 weeks since the Sun Prairie explosion, and this is one of several businesses still without gas.
We don't want to waste any more food than we've already wasted. We're probably taking 2 dumpsters worth of food out of here.
After expressing his frustrations through a Facebook post about not knowing when the gas might be turned on, We Energies was able to give an answer this afternoon.
35 employees that are idle, and I'm unable to give them an update because all I keep hearing is we don't know. So today, earlier, finally, 5 minutes before you arrived, I did get a phone call from We Energies stating that they will be able to restore gas by Friday.
Good news for these guys.
You know, we have a whole bunch of workers that are pretty much right now just not doing anything, so it feels good to be back, though.
For John, cleaning isn't even in his job description.
Today, I'm pretty much cleaning off all the dishes, even if they didn't have any food on them. We're pretty much going through and cleaning off everything, making sure there's no dust, nothing on them, getting ready for service. It feels a little weird, but I'll do anything to make sure everybody's okay.
The news after days of being left with an ambiguous response by We Energies makes this effort worth it.
Oh, I'm excited more than anything. I've been everywhere except for the place where I belong, so I'm happy to come back home and feed the people I love.
There are still 15 customers without gas, and We Energies told us earlier there are a lot of factors why they haven't been able to turn on gas for everyone yet, but they do want to assure they are working with authorities to get everyone's gas on safely. We'll be sure to keep you updated as more information becomes available.
At least there is some forward movement there. Jamie Perez reporting tonight. Jamie, thank you.
And Governor Walker announces $20,000 in disaster relief grants to help those impacted by the explosion in Sun Prairie. Those grants will help provide emergency housing to people who lost their homes. State officials say 34 families are eligible for those grants, and of those, 9 have already found affordable long-term housing. That means 25 families would qualify immediately for that housing assistance. The governor says the loans are another way to help Sun Prairie recover. And more support from the Sun Prairie community to first responders. According to a post on the Sun Prairie Public Library's Facebook page, the chiefs from the city's police and fire department stopped by to collect more than 8 pages. There they are, 8 pages of messages written in support of those departments.
This has been the perfect cool day. Let's check in with meteorologist Dave Caulfield with our first alert forecast.
Yeah, Charlotte, gorgeous weather, humidity a little bit down compared to yesterday, making it the perfect day to hit the water in a couple more hours if you're interested in plans like that. Doppler track is quiet across much of the state of Wisconsin. A couple of showers forming along a cold front closer to Green Bay and the upper peninsula of Michigan, but not going to impact us across southern Wisconsin. That rain, at least a chance, comes back tomorrow afternoon and evening. Downtown Madison looking at mostly sunny skies on the Edgewater Skycam. A few puffy cumulus clouds there. 81 degrees north-northwest wind at 6 miles per hour. Dew point right around 60 degrees. Temperatures are in the upper 70s and low 80s as those temperatures begin to tumble under mostly sunny skies. Dew points are in the upper 50s and low 60s, so about 5 degrees less humid compared to this time yesterday. Wind speeds out of the north and west helping us feel even more comfortable at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. This evening, temperatures will continue to fall through the 70s into the upper 60s. A few clouds, mild and pleasant outside. We'll talk about the threat of some strong thunderstorms tomorrow in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dave. The Federal Commission on School Safety is visiting schools around the nation where staff members are actively taking steps to improve school safety and build a positive school climate. Today, the commissioners came to Wisconsin. News 3's Rose Schmidt shows us how educators in Adams County are making a difference.
Adams Friendship School District is a small community, but it's receiving national attention for how it's tackling mental health in schools. There is no one service, no one program, no one recipe for what makes a difference in school.
School-based mental health services have become a part of who we are.
But 2 members of President Trump's cabinet traveled to Wisconsin to find out how Adams Friendship has turned its school around.
No student, no parent, no teacher should ever have to worry about their safety while at school. But distressingly, too many do.
Over 23% of our student body have self-reported that they have seriously considered suicide.
A staggering statistic, but one that catapulted the district into action.
This school system had such a large variety of programs, everything from prevention to school environment to integrated services. We thought this was a great place to bring the commissioners.
In 2014, Adams Friendship received a federal grant called Project Aware. It aims to identify warning signs of mental health problems among children.
We know that many children struggle with serious emotional disturbances that interfere with their daily lives.
Through the grant program, students are now getting the help they need.
Since Project Aware began in our schools, we have not had a student die by suicide.
The district brings mental health professionals to the schools, convenient for both parents and students.
I'm grateful to have a therapy right here at school who help me when things get tough.
School administrators, teachers, parents, and students all want to improve school climate for the next person who walks through the door. But the work here is not done. Adams Friendship School District is hoping to bring this model to other schools around the nation. In Adams County, I'm Rose Schmidt for WISC News 3.
Adams Friendship was the second school in the country federal commissioners have toured. The first was an elementary school in Maryland. The commission will travel to other schools in the coming weeks and months.
Governor Scott Walker supports extending a tuition freeze on UW campuses for another 4 years if reelected. The governor announcing his support, even though officials with UW say they fear extending that freeze could hurt the quality of education they provide. The freeze has been in place now for 6 years. The 8 Democratic candidates running for governor are divided on whether to keep that freeze in place. Tomorrow's the deadline to register to vote online or by mail for Wisconsin's primary election next month. Voters will be asked to choose either a Democratic candidate for governor or a Republican candidate for U.S. Senate. You can only vote in one of those primaries. To register by mail or online, visit myvote.wi.gov. In-person registration is available through Election Day. An immigrant rights group says the federal government is trying to take a domestic abuse survivor living in Janesville away from her children.
Keely Arthur joins us live now with their concerns.
We are live on Madison's west side at the Madison Christian Community Center, where we and 100 others just heard the story of Maria Portugal. Now, Maria has lived in Wisconsin for 20 years and applied for a visa 3 years ago. She says on July 9th, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement called her lawyer, threatening to detain her for deportation. She spoke at today's event hosted by Voces de la Frontera and Dane's Sanctuary Coalition. Her son was also there. Here's what he said.
She's a great mother. And she didn't do anything wrong. She just wanted to have a free life and be happy.
We contacted ICE. A public affairs staffer there said that ICE focuses its enforcement resources on individuals who pose a threat to national security, public safety, and border security. However, quote, all of those in violation of the immigration laws may be subject to immigration arrest, detention, and if found removable by final order, removal from the United States. Now, of course, there is much more to Maria's story and many others like her who we just heard inside. We will bring you those stories tonight on News 3 at 10.
Keely Arthur reporting tonight. Keely, thank you. Next at 6, strong words today from the mayor of Madison concerning an upcoming construction project on the city's east side.
And alarming statistics regarding the number of overdose cases in Madison. The police department's concerns when we return.
Madison police say the heroin epidemic is getting worse in Madison. Police responded to more than 80 overdoses between April and June. That is a 102% increase from last year. 17 people died as a result of an overdose during the last 3 months, a 467% increase over that time last year. Police believe the increased purity of heroin and the combination of fentanyl and heroin are contributing factors to this increase.
We have an epidemic on our hands. We have a public health crisis on our hands that is getting worse. There are more overdoses. The drug is more powerful. The drug is being cut with fentanyl in many cases, which is a more deadly drug.
Madison police fear the number of overdoses is actually higher than their statistics because many are occurring without any report to Madison police or Madison Fire and Rescue.
The Madison Common Council plans to vote on a resolution tonight that would make the city responsible for routine maintenance on 2 east side roads. Construction on Buckeye and Cottage Grove roads set to start next year. Last week, there was an agreement between the city and county to rebuild those roads, but Mayor Paul Soglin opposes the agreement, saying it would cost the city too much money.
Agreement that they've negotiated is going to cost $12.1 million. They agreed to give the county an additional $3.1 million over what the county had originally offered the city. If that isn't stupid, what was that line from A Fish Called Wanda? You wouldn't know stupid if it looked you in the face?
Mayor Soglin says he plans to veto any resolution the Common Council passes tonight. The head football coach for the Badgers lays out his expectations for the team this season.
We have highlights from Big Ten Media Day coming up a little later in sports.
A beautiful night tonight, but some summer storms return to the forecast tomorrow. I'll time out those chances, plus talk about cooler weather on the way in your forecast coming up.
Police officers are getting the chance to connect on the water.
MSCR and the Madison Police Department work together to give kids free pontoon rides today. The rides are offered to nonprofit groups that typically would not have access. Officers with the Madison Police Department also joined the kids.
Our whole outreach program is based on the fact that people in Madison should have the opportunity to see the lakes. It shouldn't just be a certain socioeconomic class that can see the lakes. So we're delighted that we have the opportunity to get them out on the water, see Madison like it should be seen, I think, from the beauty of the lakes.
Officers with the Madison Police Department also joined the kids in hopes of having a conversation with them about the role of police in the community. MSCR's pontoon boat program runs through September 30th.
Pretty nice day to be out on the water in Madison or really anywhere across southern Wisconsin. Maybe some rain, though, in the next day or so.
Yeah, so if you can enjoy it tonight, I'd advise you to do so with high pressure controlling the weather pattern. For now, it's still very nice outside. A couple of rain showers and thunderstorms. Some could be on the strong side on the way for tomorrow. Visible cloud track has been pretty quiet much of the day across Wisconsin. We have had a cold front move through the region over the past couple of hours, and that's sparking a couple of showers closer to the UP and also Green Bay, but we really don't have to worry about rain until we get into tomorrow. Severe weather outlook, we are in a marginal risk as we head into Wednesday. That is level 1 out of 5. So what that means, folks, is a couple of these storms that do form tomorrow evening and night could be a little bit on the strong side. Some gusty wind, maybe some small hail could be in the cards for us, and locally heavy downpours with these scattered storms as we head into about 6 to midnight tomorrow. I think that's prime time for these storms to be forming. Some could last into the wee hours of Thursday as well. Our time lapse in Madison showing no storms today. Lots of sunshine. A couple of those fair weather cumulus clouds forming during the afternoon and into the evening. We still have some outside, but plenty of blue sky and sunshine. Really pleasant conditions on this Tuesday. 81 degrees right now in Madison. North-northwest wind at 6 miles per hour. That dew point, pretty comfortable 60 degrees. We can definitely deal with that, especially this time of year. Temperatures across some other spots, 77 in Viroqua, 81 in Lone Rock, 82 in Monroe, and 81 in Mineral Point as well. Dew points have dipped into the upper 50s in some spots like the Dells. Madison at 60. Janesville 61, but still tolerable dew points and actually a little bit better compared to this time yesterday. Wind speeds out of the north and west at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And I think we'll deal with those similar winds as we head into tomorrow. But for tonight, mostly clear and mild. Temperatures falling into the low 60s tomorrow. Warm and humid with some late day showers and thunderstorms possible. Highs will be in the low 80s. Pretty quiet tonight. Just a few clouds here and there. Temperatures dipping into the 60s. As we head into tomorrow, you could see those scattered showers and thunderstorms breaking out during the evening hours and into the nighttime hours on Wednesday. A couple of those could be a little bit strong, especially if we do get that line to form a little bit later on Wednesday. So we'll keep an eye to the sky tomorrow because a couple of those strong wind gusts and maybe some small hail possible. Into Thursday, just a slight chance of a few showers. Nothing really major coming on Thursday. Precipitation potential, maybe about a ½ an inch of rain, depending on where these downpours set up. So we'll keep an eye out for that over the next couple of days. The good news is on Friday and Saturday, we should say sayonara to those rain chances, at least for now. They are back, though, Sunday and Monday. But folks, look at the stretch of 70s. That would be the longest stretch of 70s, if that does verify, in over 2 months before temperatures head into the 80s by next Thursday.
There are a lot of high expectations around the Badger football team this coming season, but it's in a position to back them up. Kevin Lewis reports from Big Ten Football Media Day in Chicago in sports.
Hi, I'm Michelle Carolla. Tonight on the news at 9, the U.S. Department of Agriculture says they come up with a short-term plan to help farmers struggling from tariffs. That's first on Fox at 9.
The Wisconsin Badgers stepped into the spotlight at Big Ten Football Media Days in Chicago today. Paul Chryst starts his 4th season as the Badgers head coach, coming off a 13-1 season and a win in the Orange Bowl. With all but Troy Fumagalli returning on offense, many feel the Badgers will win the Big Ten West, perhaps the Big Ten Championship, and maybe even be in the college football playoff. But that is a long way off.
Our team, we have high expectations, and that bar's been set because of those that have come before. And some of them are on our team now, you know, of what they've done. And yet each year it's a new opportunity. And that's what's fun about it.
Wisconsin football, of course, has been on a remarkable run the last 25 years or so, and the Badgers are in position to perhaps make this season one of the best, if not the best, in school history. And with all that recent success, that's saying something. Kevin Lewis was with the Badgers in Chicago today to talk about expectations and how to deal with them.
Wisconsin's been knocking on the door of the college football playoff the past 2 seasons, but today we learn that's not good enough. This group wants to kick in the door and get over the hump of the conference title game.
I think it all starts with the Big Ten Championship. Obviously, if we just win that game, I think we eliminate all the drama and we're in. So we just need to have another year like that, and it just starts with winning that Big Ten Championship game, but got to get there first.
Year after year, so it's just how do we actually find a way to do it, you know? And so I think a lot of our guys are genuine about that, and we want to make that a reality.
It's personal for Wisconsin linebacker T.J. Edwards, who put the NFL on hold for a shot at football's Final Four.
I mean, I wanted to come back and be a leader on this team and, you know, get back and do things that we haven't done in a long time. So, you know, I came back for a reason. I came back because I was excited about what we had here and, you know, what this team could do. So it's definitely a nice little buzz around town.
The journey starts August 1st when the Badgers report to training camp. If you really need more football before then, the Packers start day after tomorrow. They'll have more for Media Day in Chicago coming up tonight on News 3 at 10. With the Badgers in the Windy City, I'm Kevin Lewis, News 3 Sports.
Brett Bielema got a new job today. He's now at the NFL's New England Patriots. Bielema's new title is consultant to the head coach. It's Bielema's first job in the NFL. The Packers are moving into training camp today at St. Norbert College in De Pere. The players started moving their stuff into the dorms. They'll start meetings tomorrow. Then training camp starts for real on the field Thursday with the first practice just before noon. That practice is open to the public, starts at 11:30 Thursday morning. Here are the winners so far. Day 2 of the All-City Diving Meet at Westside Swim Club. Ridgewood's Claire Wendler, the champion of 10 and under girls. 2 divers from High Point won their age groups. Boston Boyd, 10 and under boys. Eleanor Mackey, 15 to 18 girls. The final event, 15 to 18 boys, just wrapping up at Westside. Stage 16 of the Tour de France was going along just fine until a protester sprays tear gas near the riders. Some of the riders were hit by the spray, causing a delay while they all rinsed out their eyes. Then a little later, Philippe Gilbert was cruising along and went a little faster to the curve. Get up, get out of here, and gone. Well, he got back in the race. That's the good news. Julian Alaphilippe won the stage. Geraint Thomas has the yellow jersey. Be careful out there. The Brewers are just about ready to start their game with the Washington Nationals. First pitch, 7:10 at Miller Park. Junior Guerra comes off the disabled list to start for Milwaukee. And at the Phillies-Dodgers game in Philadelphia, Maikel Franco hit a dramatic home run in the 9th. But even more exciting was the catch by a fan in the stands. The guy reaches over to grab with his left hand while holding the baby in his right arm. Now, we're all happy to say it turned out well. He got the ball, didn't drop the baby, but we're guessing his wife may have a discussion with him at some point.
Hasn't this happened before with another baby in here?
And they've always held on to the baby.
Baby or beers. They're always hanging on to
them. Dads know how to multitask there.
That puts Father of the Year in a bit of jeopardy, I would imagine.
I never thought I'd hear Euchre call the Tour de France, though.
He's very versatile.
He was out of here, that guy. Final check of the forecast.
We have temperatures in the low 80s right now. Very pleasant conditions. They stay with us tonight. Some showers and storms possible tomorrow evening. Some of them could be a little bit strong, but temperatures in the 70s as we head into this weekend.
All right, Dave, thanks. And thanks for joining us for News 3 at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.
Download the new Channel 3000 app and get alerted on your mobile device the minute news breaks. Wherever you go, be the first to know with Channel 3000.